Aloha ladies, this is a continuation of the previous video where I started talking about decluttering. So I was talking about, starting with the clothes, and then how I went on to toys, but really the best thing to do is do the clothes and then do the food. So I was talking about how we did the fridge and the freezer declutter, and after that, you can move on to your pantry. And really it's about organizing things by category and getting rid of expired items. And I love having food cabinets. Well, all of my kitchen, I was going to say all kitchen cabinets, but really all cabinets in my house, I love for them to be visually appealing. So I want to be able to open up a cabinet. I don't want anything to fall out at me, and I want to be able to see everything neat and organized in there. And I'm laughing because I just remembered that even as a child, that was my thing. A little weird. I would even line out my lipsticks by shade. My clothes were organized by color, but it's just something that I really liked. I really just liked order so that I could just move on with my life. Anyhow, fast forward, family of 5, 3 kids later, a little tougher to do. So I've had to figure out some new ways, which I hope will help you, because I feel like it's really helped me. So we did the clothes, we did the kitchen, and well, I should finish about the kitchen. So the kitchen, I really ended up purging a lot of my dishes. The what if, I stopped trying to save dishes for the what if situation. You can always get disposable if you have a ton of house guests or if you're having a party. That's what we do now anyway. I ended up really scaling back. I kept our beautiful Denby dishes, which were given to us for our wedding, and that's what we eat. We eat on those beautiful plates every single day, and we love it. Yes, we've broken some, but who cares? We're enjoying them every single day. Purged a lot of things we're not using. I don't need 3 can openers. One is just fine. Ended up getting rid of a lot of my stemware. Now we have 2 wine glasses. We have a couple of shorter stem glasses. When we have parties, things just seem to work. Even when we have large parties, we really don't need a lot of that stuff. I think we end up just serving a lot of drinks that are in cans and I have a few wine glasses, as I said, and just shorter glasses for the people who are drinking wine. Never been an issue. So that was my kitchen. So I would say start with the clothes and the kitchen, because as I've always said, everyone has to be fed and clothed, and that really keeps family chaos at bay. Then, as I said, we did the toys, pulled everything out of the bedrooms, had one central play location, purged the majority of it, kept it in bins other than a big play Lego table. So then move on to the other areas of your life. And what I do is, if you feel like you don't have the time, this is what I did. And it takes a while, and it's fine. So first, you've got that declutter bug, hopefully, and you're just decluttering, but then it might slow down and you may not feel as motivated to do it. So then what I did was I would set a 15-minute timer, and I would just, keep it to a very small area. So I would select these, fairly achievable tasks where I would say, okay, the kids are napping or it's quiet time and they're up in their rooms resting. I will carve out 15 minutes of my 1 hour quiet time to just purge this one drawer. And after that, I'm going to go rest. And I would do that. I would set the timer for 15 minutes and I would empty out one drawer and I would just organize it and, throw out, donate, and then keep. And the stuff that I was donating, I would stick it in a bag, put it in the garage. I always had a donation bag going, and then it was out of sight, out of mind. And I would just move on. And I also remind you to be kind to yourself. We buy things that we feel we need or we want at the time for whatever the reason may be. And it's okay. There's no need to hold on to that item because of buyer's remorse or because of guilt or some other, unnecessary emotion. It's just really not necessary. Move on. Learn from the lesson. So then I have a list here that you're welcome to download from my website. It's called the Declutter Checklist that I use, and it's 2 pages, and it goes category by category, and it has nice little boxes that you can just check off as you go, and it really makes you feel accomplished. One of my friends, when I introduced her to this method, what she did, which I thought was so cool, was she actually kept a binder. She kept a log of everything that she was donating so that she could go back and reflect on at the end of the year how much stuff she had already purged and, you know, blessed other families with, gifted, sold. That's the other thing that I should obviously mention, is that if it is a bigger ticket item, go ahead and sell it. And it's been so long since I did this that I forgot, but with bigger items, especially with furniture, because that was the other thing that happened, is we purged and donated so much. I mean, at one point it was like truck full. It's embarrassing. It was truck full after truck full that was going to the donation store that I was dropping off at Goodwill. And I remember the employee looking at me confused that I was donating these items because they weren't just perfectly good items. They were really nice. It was really nice pottery, but it's so liberating to have just gotten rid of it. And one thing that happened in the process too was when I donated all these things, I realized I actually, because I was a little hung up on the fact that I didn't have a very much house, or a very much square footage. I didn't have a very large house. Since then, we've added an addition onto our house, so our house is much larger. But in the beginning, I only had I mean, when you look at how other people live in the world, but I had a 1,300 square foot home, which felt a little tight with 5 people living in it. But when I started purging, I realized, oh my gosh, I don't need a bigger house. I just need less stuff. Revolutionary. So that was a really cool added bonus from it. So go ahead, if you want to try it, I encourage you to download the PDF if you'd like, or just create your own, or just go room by room, cabinet by cabinet, drawer by drawer, and you will see how incredible and liberating this process can be. Aloha.